Thanks for joining us on the Oracle Scroll. Today, we're going to talk about technology. Hi there. I'm Kevin Walder, your host for the Oracle Scroll. I thank you for joining me today, and hopefully we'll be able to send a little information your way that might be helpful. Today, we're going to talk about something that is scarier than, oh my goodness, all the horrors that people can imagine in the afterlife. This one's technology. Technology. We're living with it. We can't live without it. So, how do we manage that? And the fear that so many of us feel around the subject of technology. Well, first of all, let's put it in focus here. Technology, your toaster is making use of technology. The lights in your room are making use of technology. Your car, oh my goodness, it's full of technology. Your microwave, let's face it, if we had no technology, our entire way of life, and it really doesn't matter who we are in our society today, our entire way of life would be disrupted because we're not allowed to have technology. Well, that's that's how we have to look at that. Technology is a tool. And of course, when we hear the word technology, now we think of computing, internet, and, exposure. We think of all the dire things that we've heard in the news about compromised financial records and your personal identity being put at risk. So those are all things that are a little scary, but those are not the technology. The technology doesn't do that to anyone. People who misuse the technology might do that to someone. But that is the difference. It is not the technology that has committed any of these crimes against humanity. Now, that brings us to something that we as a society seem to be very good at, and that is imbuing things with power they never had because we just simply don't understand how they work. Our forefathers did that. They imbued things with power they never had. They made gods of weather phenomenon. They did all kinds of worshiping particular trees and other naturally occurring things that were not responsible necessarily for what they were being thankful for or feeling like they were being punished with. So our forefathers led the way in giving us that opportunity to give something power that it never deserved and it never had. The only way it had that power was because we gave it to it. And technology is a perfect example of that. When we shudder at the idea of having to do something that is technical, that's just fear. And that fear is it's totally useless to us. What we're doing right now in my presentation to you at this moment makes use of several layers of technology. And it's just a bunch of tools that have been gathered together to make this possible. It was not possible a few decades ago. 2 decades ago, it was not possible to do some of the things that we're doing right now. So, technology. Let's look at it in a different way. Look at it as in this case, it's probably a toolbox because there are several tools that are available to us through that blanket of technology. But technology itself is nothing to be afraid of. It's nothing to be scared of. It's there to help us, and in the right hands, it is extremely helpful. Again, anything in this world can be misused. And technology is something that gets misused. because there are people out there who have no morals and they are willing to do anything to get themselves ahead in some way. And technology allows them sometimes, because they have a knowledge of how these things work, allows them to do such things. But it is not, and I reemphasize this again, the technology itself that has done anything to harm anyone. It is the misuse thereof. And if you think about it, every single tool that you possess can be misused in a harmful way. The electricity that is powering the lights and the TV in your home can be misused in a very harmful way. The chef's knife that you use in your kitchen almost every single day can be misused in a very harmful way. Your automobile can be misused in a very harmful way. There are absolutely no limit to the ways that you can take tools and convert them into weapons in any moment. And that's the same thing with technology. It is not the technology itself that is causing anyone problems. It is the misuse thereof. So, as we go forth in the next few days, let's look at technology a little differently. And if nothing else, just take a couple of deep breaths and try something new. And if it helps, have someone on the phone or someone nearby who can help you get out of a problem if you put yourself into one. But most of the time, things will just kind of stop and you can restart from wherever you were. And it really isn't a scary kind of situation. So, technology. Let's use it to our advantage and quit giving it power that it doesn't deserve. Thank you once again for joining us for this episode of the Oracle Scroll. My books, Tarot for Lunch, Lessons from the Cards, and more recently, 22 Teachers, Healing Lessons from the Major Arcana, are both available on Amazon.com. Please check them out. They are very informative and helpful in learning and understanding the tarot. Also, please stop by kevinwalder.com, my website. You can book appointments for any of the services available at that spot. So stop by and take a look today. And most importantly, please subscribe by hitting the little red button down below, and also click the bell to make sure you don't ever miss an episode.